Moving along, the first ever federally recognized observation of Juneteenth is happening this Sunday, and with words like diversity and inclusion used more frequently in workplaces across the nation, how is corporate America adapting? Joining us now to share her thoughts is Brittany Willis, an entrepreneur and small business expert whose podcast, Protege to Pro, helps her listeners navigate their careers. Brittany, welcome to ISF.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Happy Juneteenth. You were looking festive as always. How are you celebrating this year?
I'm celebrating this year. I'm sponsoring and involved with a local event called 100 Black Entrepreneurs. So I'm a big believer that one of the best ways that you can impact change is to be the change you wish to see and to be a representative. So very excited to get myself out into the community and to interact with my fellow entrepreneurs in the area.
Brittany, you are a small business owner. You have your own coffee shop, PJ's of New Orleans, in North Dallas. Congratulations on that. And you've also yourself have lent your expertise and talents to some of the most powerful and lucrative companies in the world, Pepsi, Kraft, Walmart, you name it. When it comes to supporting small businesses this Juneteenth, especially and specifically Black small businesses, how can we do that effectively?
Yeah, I think one of the things when you think about small businesses and especially Black-owned, minority-owned small businesses, I think the pandemic really showed us how much less insulated these businesses are versus your larger corporations. Larger corporations can sustain hits, macro hits, they can sustain some of the cost increases, the personnel challenges, but small businesses, are just one micro change from potentially being obsolete. And I think organizations like PepsiCo, my current employer, these large organizations have the opportunity to support and to buoy these small businesses in ways. And I think it's those organizations that understand that dynamic and understand the fragility that small business owners, especially Black-owned small business owners, have versus large corporations. Those are the ones that are able to make the most sustainable impacts, generation over generation. And I also think that, one of the things that corporations are also able to do is looking inside. So, it's not just what can we do from small business, standpoint, but how are you supporting and advocating for your Black and brown employees within, what are you doing to mitigate, for example, the gender pay gap that exists with Black females? And so those are just some of those small ways that I see the two of, large corporations and small corporations partnering together to make an impact.
And I love that you pointed out the day-to-day occurrences and the work that needs to be done on a day-to-day basis from the top down in a myriad of different levels, because we talk about diversity and inclusion. Inclusion is the operative of diversity. There's a conversation, of course, that's been happening now more than ever, especially for LGBTQ plus month, which is June as well as Juneteenth this month. And that is what some people would call, I'm going to use this word, performative actions and notions from major corporations during this month that want to hop on something that is very prevalent in the zeitgeist, right? Last year, Juneteenth became a national holiday. The conversation around marginalized groups of people has reached a fever pitch since BLM and 2020. What do you say to these corporations that are now trying to capitalize on the backs of something that me and you, and I'm sure lots of our Black brothers and sisters have been celebrating for years? Now they're trying to come to the party and pull a seat to the table and cash in. What do you say to that?
If you're gonna come to the party, what are you bringing? You bring some red, bring some rifles. And what I mean by that is, it's not just about the PR, right? I think the PR is the lowest hanging fruit. And I think that you want to be careful about the impact and how authentic that comes across, because don't get me wrong, the PR begets visibility. I know I was actually out of town this weekend and I was driving downtown Atlanta, and it was so beautiful to see all these logos in rainbow colors. It reminds you of what we're celebrating, but it doesn't stop there. Your entire Juneteenth budget does not need to just cover PR and again, potentially performative events. If you have a multi-million-dollar budget, what can you do to maybe set that aside to, again, as I mentioned earlier, to play a role in closing the pay gap? It might be $1 million, check you could write to close the pay gap for all of your Black female employees in your company. And then the list goes on and on, supporting scholarships and funding and, anything like that. So it goes beyond PR is just the biggest thing I would say. What meaningful impacts are you making from a systemic standpoint that can help us dismantle more than hundreds of years of setbacks that still have us where we are today? That's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating progress forward, and progress goes beyond the PR initiatives.
Okay, preach. Brittany Willis came to work today. What I know about Brittany Willis is that she is someone who loves to share her expertise. Your podcast, Protege to Pro, fantastic. When listeners go to download the podcast and experience the podcast, what what are they going to get?
Yeah, so my mission on the Productivity Pro podcast is to arm career professionals and entrepreneurs with Fortune 500 knowledge. So as you mentioned, I have had just an amazing career experience. As I always say, I got paid to get world-class training from companies like Kraft Foods and PepsiCo. And as I've been out in the community, just partnering with other small business owners and just even clients, it's so apparent that there are no shortage of amazing people with amazing ideas and services.
Well, Brittany, I think it's safe to say that you are a world-class individual yourself, and thank you for the work that you do. Entrepreneur, podcaster, and just all-around incredible human. Brittany Willis, happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.